Welcome to this week's Supply Chain Update, brought to you by Phoenix International. Let's start with market conditions. Trans-Pacific demand has softened heading into July following an early peak season surge in late May and early June. Spot rates to the U.S. West Coast are nearing fixed contract levels, while East and Gulf Coast rates are beginning to decline due to increased vessel capacity. Both the June 15 general rate increase and peak season surcharge have been fully withdrawn. On the Far East westbound lane, rate pressure continues to build. The Shanghai Containerized Freight Index is up 60% over the last 6 weeks, and July GRIs have already been announced. Space remains tight through late June. Transatlantic rates are currently stable. Most carriers are holding off on peak season surcharge increases until July, with demand remaining steady across both Northern and Southern Europe. Now let's take a look at operational updates. Equipment availability remains healthy across major Asian ports, supporting smoother outbound trans-Pacific flows. In Europe, port operations are facing localized disruptions. Strikes in Belgium and Sweden are contributing to inland congestion, while low water levels on the Rhine River are delaying barge traffic. German rail networks are also experiencing capacity challenges. Inland equipment shortages continue to affect parts of Central Europe, including Austria, Hungary, and southern Germany. Container imbalances persist in Portuguese ports and southern Turkey, leading many shippers to opt for carrier haulage. Turning to capacity management, carriers on the Trans-Pacific trade are maintaining high vessel utilization rates, with space levels holding at 85–90% heading into July. However, the introduction of extra loaders to the Pacific Southwest is beginning to create overcapacity in some pockets. Blank sailings are decreasing, with cancellation rates expected to fall to 6–7%. On the Far East westbound lane, strong forward bookings are keeping space tight. Carriers are using adjusted rotations and repositioned empties to meet continued demand. Across the Atlantic, port congestion has eased, freeing up additional space. Overall capacity is stable and no major blank sailings are reported on this trade. Here's a quick look at the current U.S. tariff status as of June 20. A new executive order under the U.S.-UK trade agreement has reduced Section 232 tariffs on UK auto parts from 25% to 10% and on autos to 10% for up to 100,000 vehicles annually. Civil aircraft-related products from the UK are now fully exempt from steel and aluminum tariffs. New rules on aluminum imports take effect June 28. Any shipments without a declared country of smelt or cast must be treated as Russian origin, triggering a 200% duty. Importers must also use the correct Chapter 99 HTS code when filing. Additionally, starting June 23, household appliances containing steel, such as washers, refrigerators, and dishwashers, will face a 50% tariff based on steel content under expanded Section 232 regulations. Moving on to news of this week, these increases range from $1,000 to $4,000 per container depending on the line. Despite ongoing volatility tied to global tariffs, carriers are optimistic about strong summer bookings. Some lines may introduce multiple surcharge rounds in July. The report identifies fragmented labor talks and slow government responses as key contributors to past strikes and disruptions. It recommends moving away from port-by-port negotiation and adopting a centralized bargaining model to improve labor stability. The Port of Long Beach reported an 8.2% drop in throughput, while the Port of Los Angeles saw a 5% decline compared to last year. Imports and exports both fell, though a summer rebound is expected as retailers accelerate shipments ahead of peak season and take advantage of temporary tariff pauses. And that concludes our update on the global supply chain. Thank you for joining us. We will continue to monitor these developments and keep you informed. You can follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube for more supply chain related updates.